Hello, everybody. I'm Brown here. Patrick is joining me right now, as a matter of fact, and we are going to look after this one. It looks like ZAGER and his partner are playing a match. I don't know the players on this one, but we'll.
It's Russ Snow and Eric Driver.
And then who's ZAGER's partner?
And Zach Zager's partner is Jimmy Farmer, otherwise known as Buckets.
Okay.
Yeah, his nickname is Buckets. You gotta like that. Good job.
Race to 5. And what is this? Is this any part of Fun Night, or is this just a challenge match? Or
yeah, this is Fun Day Scotch, right? So it's handicapped Scotch doubles.
Okay.
It's fair matched, and this is a third place match. So they're at the B-side finals. So Jimmy Farmer and Zager lost their first match, and then they rounded their way all the way through the tournament.
Wow.
To this
so they're
point.
in stroke. They're the only guys in stroke here.
Well, these two guys also, this is Jimmy Buckets right now shooting. But Buckets and Zach, they play Scotch doubles together a lot.
Okay.
Cash a lot in these tournaments. They play really good as partners together. They've got good communication.
Yep.
And I think they told me something like they've won over $9,000 in the last year and a half, 2 years.
Wow. Good for them.
In Scotch doubles tournaments.
Nice.
So
this 4-ball is a bit tricky, but it does go up to this corner here. So if they can work this out somehow, maybe take the 2 and then bring your cue ball down into here or something, they might be able to make this work without breaking out that 4.
I see. You're saying after the 2 is gone, the 4 plays up there.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work to do.
Yeah, but they got the angles now. They can, if they can just get this cue ball, well, they might try to make this and bump the 4 too. If they could bump the 4 down into here.
I like trying to get here if you can with the cue ball, or wherever wherever on that line, right?
It looks like he's looking to play it to go into it right now. So he's going to try to bump this, make the 2, and just bring the cue ball and bump the 4.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be a really pretty bump.
Looks like
that would be a really nice shot.
If he happens to catch the 10, he still might get the same bump. Oh, wow. He went on the other side.
Oh, but he's going to – I think he's all right.
I don't know. Yeah, I think he's got it.
I think the template rack might have helped him.
I think he's got this.
So there's a lot of background noise that we hear in our headsets here. Do you hear a lot of that background noise too?
I hear a fair bit. Yeah, I hear a fair bit of background noise for sure. Nice shot by Zach there.
For me, it makes it a little harder to hear you, but I can hear you fine.
Yeah, and when I check myself on YouTube, it sounds pretty good. So I know it's if you can't hear me, it's just because of where you are.
Yeah. It's just I think the noise in the room is louder for me because I have the headset on.
Right.
So nice out from Jimmy Buckets.
Nice kick out, yeah. They made short work of that rack.
They did make quick work of it, and that's how these guys play. So it looks like this is going to be a straight-up race to 5. No handicap here. Oh, let me try playing a video.
The other team's name again?
I got to try playing a video, see if this works. Hold on. It does. Nice. Bradley's Billiard Glasses. Jake Bradley, owner, is a good guy out of the Tacoma area and plays great pool. Sponsored this event, so if you guys are looking for billiard glasses, check them out. Good prices, great selection. I've had a few friends get those, and they really like them.
I'm actually going to be going myself to get. I'm possibly going to get getting lens refractment surgery for my eyes. I've lived with poor vision for quite a while since my 40s, and I think it's time to go and make some corrections, but it's not cheap, and we'll see what happens. Don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, for sure.
But I've got an appointment in a few weeks to go and talk about it anyways.
Yeah. So
okay, broke dry. It's a nice little spread here for high ball.
That was Eric Driver that broke, by the way.
Driver, okay.
And now Zach has come into the table after the dry break.
So I kind of like him taking this 10 and getting rid of this 15 early, and then after you make the 15, just kind of come back here for the 14, and then kind of work on the rest of these balls down here below. 8 ball obviously goes in here, so really you just got to play your last final ball position so that you can drift up into this area here.
Yeah. So are you kind of a fan of the methodology of if you don't have to bump anything, don't bump anything?
Absolutely.
And especially in racks like this, where your balls all go to pockets if you can get the right shape on them. If you start bumping things, it gets unpredictable.
Yeah, I was inbred in my brain, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, and I've always lived by that rule. If it goes, don't move it. Unless it's really fortuitous to do it.
Yeah.
And you have a safety ball sitting there that you can rely on if things go wrong.
Yeah, right? But it shouldn't be your go-to.
No. And always try to get rid of your problems as early as you can.
Yes. Yes. Good 8-ball strategy to live by. So Zach really trying to figure this out, how he wants to get started. I think they had a little partner meeting there just to.
Yep. I think they're doing what I said. I think they're going to get rid of this 15 because there's no real sense in leaving it up there by itself.
Yeah, it doesn't help anything.
No, and he's just going to draw back now, and they'll work on the 14. Probably take the 11 next and go from there. Just draw it back a little bit here. Oh, he looks like what? I'm surprised he's doing this.
Yeah, no, they're going to have to come back for that 15.
Yeah, and it's not the easiest ball to get to from where these other balls are.
Yeah, I agree with your idea. He was in perfect shape to hit it and draw back and then play these balls down here, shortening the table to a half table.
Yeah. They're scrambling a bit now. They're straighter on this 11 than they wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
See where they go with it.
The stun.
Okay. If you slow roll this 12 and stop on the 7, you can take the 13 in the side next.
Yep. This is where bumping balls is actually advantageous, right?
Yeah.
You want to bump full into that 7 because it holds your key for position.
Yeah, I don't mind that kind of a bump at all.
Right. And plus, 7 keeps the other balls kind of tie up some stuff. Well, he got up to the 15.
Yeah, he's got some fortune, but now Zach might have to try to see if he can draw back down into here.
Yeah, I think he can. I would favor him to get this draw shot, and you can even overdraw this. Looks like he's hitting the high ball.
Yeah, he's going forward, going 2 rails forward.
Yeah, he must have a bit of an angle.
Watch out, side pocket.
Pocket is right on the line. That side pocket was on that line the whole way. If the angle wasn't that severe, it seemed like he could have drawn that back. And because overdrawing, would have been fine too, because, you come back to the rail, you're still going to, even if you draw too much, those are draw shots that I don't mind at all, because you don't have to be super accurate with the how far back you draw it.
I didn't hate him going forward. I just didn't like the pace that he shot that at. It was kind of a reckless pace, He was really trying to get down into this area here, and where this area would have worked, So
I'm back.
A little overthinking this. He needs to take this 3 ball down into here. And then once you clear the 3 out of there, the rest of the balls go easily. You can take the 2 next, and then everything else is open. So that's the way I'd set this up for sure.
Yeah, you could also play a safety here if you don't like how it's laid out.
And every now and again, a guy makes a miracle shot on a safety too, right?
That's true.
Yeah. No, I take the 3 ball, roll it in the corner, opens everything up there.
So you're going 7-3.
Right? It looks like he's just rolling forward here, which is fine. But he's got a little funny now on these balls. Now he might want to take the 4 if he can make it, because
he might have to play the 4 ball now and then use the 5 and kind of come into the 2-3 potentially.
Yeah. But if he would have taken that 3 early, then everything else would have been open, and he wouldn't have needed to move anything.
Right, because now he's needing to make a breakout shot essentially.
Yeah, or get perfect up the 2 in the side.
This is Eric Driver at the wheel.
Roll forward for the 1 here. You don't really need to get rid of that 6. You can leave it for a last ball if you want to. He was looking to see if he could make that 5 right now. But you see, now they're kind of scrambling. I like playing this here right now. Like this, and then just trying to come into here. Because then the 6 ball is always going to save you anywhere down here, basically. Anywhere other than right behind the 8, the 6 ball will save you, and you can still get on these balls here.
Sorry, it's Russ Snow. I had the names mixed up.
Looks like he's drawing, I think.
See, I'm going to screw this up. Is that Russ?
Play this like this. This is how I'm playing this shot for sure. Always playing.
Yeah. Did he call safety? Is that what he did?
Yeah, he called safety.
Oh, I'm not a fan of that safety because a jump shot, a well-executed jump shot right here, and you could lose the rack.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think there was opportunity to get out. At least take a shot at that 1 and try to swing it around. And if you don't get where you like, you can always play a safety later. With the wall of balls right there, the safety opportunities are always going to be there.
Way better. Someone could jump this and make it. I don't like giving a guy
I would be happy to have this back in the situation that they were in. I would be thrilled if my opponent left me this.
Yeah, and you have a 20, 25, 30% chance of making this jump. You know what I mean? Like, and winning the game now. Maybe not 20% chance of winning the game, but if you go for this jump, there is a percentage that you're going to make it.
Yep. And Russ and Eric are pretty equal in Fargo. Russ is a 5.09 and Eric is a 5.26.
Okay.
But this is Jimmy Buckets here with the jump shot, and miscues on the jump. Goes right in the drink, and I think Jimmy's around a 5.25 and Zach's around a 5.80-ish.
Okay. So interesting on his jump there. He was very, very quick from his backstroke to his front stroke. And I was recently taught by a very good jumper that you pull your cue back and you stop it, and then you thrust forward. And because I was doing a little bit pokey like that as well, and I was taught by a guy that no, you just pull it back, stop, and then you just.
Well, it's the same on a regular stroke, right? Having the slight hesitation in your backstroke.
Yeah. And it works way better for me. I jump a lot better now just from that one tip.
Nice. Stop shot on the 5.
Yeah, I think so.
Little draw, just a little bit of a draw on the 3 to get yourself decent on the 6, and you should be fine here.
Yeah, got to be a little careful. The 8, it's always a little funny going from that 3 ball to the 6 ball just because of where the 8 is. You don't get the right angle. But I think if he gets dead straight on that 3, it'd be dead perfect here. That's going to be good. They could play it off the rail if they want to, but they could just do a stop shot right there and take a little angle on the 6. Just don't try to get too cute. You don't need to get too perfect here. You could also go for the 6 now and take the 3, and not really anything wrong with that either. It's a little safer to do that because if you happen to miss, your shot on the straight ball wouldn't be super great. Looks like he's kind of looking at it now. Maybe just come off the rail and bounce out to here would be perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Overcut it though.
And anything.
Yeah, unless this combo,
it's not wired.
He's got to cut this more like this,
right? So. Because the center ball to center ball takes you here.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to calculate that. There's going to be some throw, maybe a little bit, because you've got about 1.5 inches between the balls, so you have to calculate that throw into effect.
I always, when the balls are closer, you have to overcut it a bit more.
Yeah. This is a manageable shot for Zach. He's calling safe.
I don't know.
He's calling safety. I'm not sure why, because the safety looks harder to me than the shot.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, hey.
He's made it, but he called safe.
Oh wow. Well, it might actually be the smartest shot that he's done. Like this combo is not on really, and that's a tough cut back here. So it wasn't a terrible save. He was obviously trying to freeze to the 3
trying
ball.
To get on the 3 ball, yeah.
But
interesting.
I think I would have played that combo and just with a bit of speed and hope for the best. I think on that one.
Yeah, maybe it was a smart play from Zach. It wasn't one that I was looking at.
No, for sure. I mean, fairly easy safety here would just be to chip the 3 on this side and just come over here, but it'd be a little bit touchy. Or just do what he did. Yeah.
And there's the resafe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how good was the safety from Zach now, right? You just because you didn't leave them offensive opportunity, they can put you in a worse spot than what you were in. Because they were in a better spot before.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing they can hope for is a little bit of love and get that cue ball to kind of sit right here at the end of it.
Oh, man. You might as well just try to you might as well root for making the shot.
Yeah.
Making the shot is easier than getting the cue ball right there. I don't think you can even play cue ball at all here.
No. I'm just saying, like, that's the only
the luck is in your favor. You miss. It's the only.
Oh well. I mean, that could happen too.
Unbelievable shot.
I love it. I love pool. This is great. Yeah, money.
That was lucky money. That was lucky money. I don't know where Buckets comes up with this stuff. I mean, how do you play a safety like that? I don't get it.
What's Zach's Fargo? Do you know?
Maverick has given Eric Driver permission to go airborne.
There we go.
He's got clearance from air traffic control. We're not going to be able to see the hit because of where the camera is, but you'll be able to see the cue ball once it gets down there. No, it definitely was not a good hit.
Again, he was very jerky.
It was a different player, but
very jerky.
Yeah. And so that's a 509 Fargo rate. In my opinion, most players, in the low 500s, 400s and below, their jump shot is still being developed. Now there are a few exceptions to that. I know some high 400s that can jump extremely well.
Yeah, me too. I was just going to say I know some as well. I don't know if you know of a guy named Brad Haydu, but he's one of the best jumpers when balls are in close that I know.
Yeah, from Abbotsford.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
unbelievable.
Yeah, I know Brad and Angel.
Yep.
I've played a few battles with them here in Lincoln City. Actually, their team, Hot Shots, I think is their team name. They're usually here anyway.
Yeah, Brad's been going through some troubles with his health, and he's looking to get back into pool now. But his heart was giving him some big troubles, so he's just making some recovery now, and I hope to see both of them back out real soon.
Yeah, for sure. Zach is repping his EvoSports hoodie.
Nice, I like it. How do you get one of those?
He also got a shirt that says EvoSports Technician because Zach does a lot of our installation and camera installs and camera focusing and equipment swap outs. He's really helped us out a lot in the Oregon area. And so it's really nice to have guys that live in the area that can go there and make adjustments or swap equipment when needed. And so Zach's been fantastic in that role.
Yeah, that must be one problem for you guys is the hands-on technical. Like, it's one thing to go somewhere and do it and install a setup, but what happens later on when they have a little bit of problem? It's nice to have someone nearby that can go and run technical for you.
Well, it's usually upgrades, if we're swapping out equipment or something, but if something goes bad, it needs to be swapped out. But that doesn't happen very often. And we do everything remote because once the boxes are connected online, we can remotely access them and fix things if there is any need.
Right.
Usually it's kind of the most common thing is like, in some of our venues, the cameras are hung maybe a bit too low, and people might hit it with their stick or something and move it. And we're not physically there; we can't move it back, right? So somebody has to actually adjust it if it gets moved.
Yeah.
So we try to mount them higher up to that. Okay, so they've got stripes here, and that 12 ball down there by the rack is
similar like that first rack. That 12 ball.
Yeah.
It's a similar situation. Remember when they were trying to make that ball and bump the 12?
Right.
And the 12 sitting in almost the exact same spot right now.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how they deal with it. The 12 does go. It goes up here, but hard to get there.
Yeah, that's a real tough spot to get to when you don't have any balls down there.
No, and he's getting rid of the one ball that can possibly get him there. Okay, so let's see what happens. They're going to roll up, take 13, and try and give themselves a little angle maybe on this 14 and come down here and go into these maybe.
The problem here is you're running out of ammo real quick.
Yeah.
Because you've already got 3 off the table, 4 off the table now.
And so this ball, when you bump it, it heads right over here, which obviously doesn't help you. So you got to get very, very lucky on that bump.
Or you got to smash into him and then get a little luck. Yeah, you got to hit it with some pace. You think he's going to go for it now? It was off the 13 and spin that cue ball off the side rail and try to get down there?
Because the 14 doesn't go, so I wouldn't, because there's no guarantee you're going to get back up for that 14 again later too. So
your odds are best. Okay, so and that was kind of maybe a half-hearted attempt at like, I don't really want to run this, and we've all been there. I think their plan was just to bank their way out of it with the 12 ball. Because the 12 does bank, right? You could, right?
Yeah, it does.
If you get in the right spot for it. But
I think he's playing safe here. Yeah. Well, he might have given him a crazy shot at this 12 ball. There might be an angle here. But hard to get on this 14 regardless.
almost impossible. I mean, well, I guess you're going to have just some ricochets happen. Right? They come back into the 7 ball. Maybe you can get that cue ball up table, but it's going to be really hard. It's a very wild shot. That's what you have to deal with. That's what you had to work with. There's not much more you can really do.
I want to see them again. I want to see if that 3 ball is being impeded. Yeah, I don't know that I would move that 12 right now. I'd let them because the 3 doesn't really go anywhere. Here he goes though. He's going for it.
Yep, he's going to undercut it. Yep. Just tell by the way he was aiming that he was going to undercut that pretty significantly.
That helped him.
Yeah, sure did. Yeah, I'd say right now, even though Solids is at the table, Stripes is the advantage.
Yeah, because they're all their balls go. Oh, he mishit this a little, but he's good.
He's got to address that 6 ball here somewhere. What's your plan on the 6?
Well, I like just dropping in. I like cleaning these up and trying to get into here and then drop in on this 6 ball possibly, like right in here and without even bumping it.
It's touchy.
Yeah, it is. But that goes back to my if it goes, then don't move it. And like you might be able to like move the go into this 13. That would be okay.
Yeah.
If you can bump it from that way.
Yeah,
that would be fine.
It all depends. Like, right, if you get the cue ball end up in here, now you have to, right? There's no choice. But if you can get straight on it, that's ideal.
Totally.
Depending on where they end
I don't
up
mind bumping the 13 out of the way at all because you're going away from the 6 ball.
Yeah.
When you do this, so it's better things are going to happen for you if you go that way.
Yeah.
But he's still got some problems. So I don't know if you play a safety here, just roll the 7, and maybe try to draw into here behind the 5.
Right, Russ is climbing up on the table.
It looks like he's going to try to draw it, I think.
He's playing a safety, draw. I think.
Yeah.
Good choice.
That's pretty good, I think.
I always like those where you try to leave them an edge of the ball that you want them to remove, right?
Right. Yeah, sometimes it's better to let them see it.
It is, but so right here, the only shot that the only ball that he can really see is the 13, but it's a one-rail kick to the 13. It doesn't really help him get anywhere.
No.
I might kick soft into it.
That's what I do. I just roll this and then have the 13 settle right in here.
A nice soft kick on the 13.
Totally.
Just to keep it in trouble. Get yourself, another turn at the table. There's nowhere to put it, so you have to roll this slow. There's no other option.
He's on the wrong side of it.
The wrong side of it.
Yeah.
So now he's opened up the pocket. Even though he didn't give up the ball in hand, which is good, he's given up the opportunity to get out.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty safe for them to slow roll this 4. And as long as your cue ball gets down into here, it's going to be a pretty tough. Well, no, the 13 will cut. So you got to make it if you go for it, I guess. But I think just slow rolling this is okay.
Oh, I saw the elbow come out on that stroke.
Yeah.
A lot of elbow movement there on that stroke.
And super quick. I always try to teach people to slow their last stroke down a little bit. Make sure you're in control of it.
Yes, for sure. Okay, so now Jack and Zach and Jimmy. Sorry, Zach and Jimmy are looking.
No,
this is a mistake. That was a mistake there.
Yeah.
This is going to be tough now.
Zach's probably going to try to cut this into here.
Well, he could also
ball is going to go like crazy.
Yeah, see, the bank is natural shape, though.
Yeah.
You see that? I think I'm going to play the bank because it's so unpredictable. The cut is very unpredictable where you're
very unpredictable. Yeah.
The bank is very predictable. If you make that bank shot, you will have shape on the 12 ball.
Let's see where he goes here. Any idea what Zach's Fargo is?
Zach's a 580.
580, okay. So he's got some
70, 580.
Yeah.
But lately he's been playing really well. I would, I would put him, at the way that he's playing.
Good call on the bank there. Oh, he just missed it.
It was the right shot.
Yeah, yeah.
You make that shot and you're going to win the rack. And
even now, like he has plugged it from the 8. It gives the 8 one less pocket that they can make it in. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I was going to say, Zach has been playing at a pretty high level. He's playing against opponents that are his speed and beating them pretty significantly over the past few months. And so I would say that I would put him around 620 to 640-ish, the way that he's been playing lately.
Right. Well, that's all that matters. I mean, your Fargo is only a Fargo, for where you are from the beginning of time.
Yeah.
But like sometimes you make a jump, and it takes a while for your Fargo to recognize that.
Yeah. Yeah. I always say that Fargo rating is it's not a prediction of how you will play. It's a representation of how you have played in the past.
Right.
And that's the big difference. People think that your rating means that that's how you should play.
Right now.
That is not correct. That's how you have played in the past.
Yeah. And you might be playing far, far better than your Fargo, or you could actually be playing worse. People go down.
Right. It's a representation of what you've done in the past, not what you're going to do in this match. But it does tell you a little bit about this, what your capabilities are, right?
Yeah.
So a little bit off angle here on the right side. Missing.
Yeah, I'll give you an example with Fargo. So I've got almost 4,000 games of robustness. So it takes an earthquake for me to move my Fargo rating anywhere. Like I went to Vegas and got the platinum, and I went up 2 points. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's so hard for me. So, but how am I playing? It's hard to tell because my Fargo doesn't move when I do well or when I do bad. So I just stay where I am.
Well, you know what you're playing. What's he doing here?
I don't know.
As good as Zach banks, I was thinking that Jimmy was going to set him up for the bank. Maybe that's what he was trying for.
Yeah.
Put that cue ball up maybe around here, give him a nice, juicy side pocket bank shot. But this one is tough.
I think these tables, that's a tough shot. Am I correct? That's a really tough shot on this table, right? So
no, I don't think so. Depending on where the cue ball is, I don't think that's that. It would be tough to play that 7 ball with ace.
Like I was wondering if you might play this, just try to spin it a little bit like this.
Yeah, if you're talking about playing that 7 ball from out here, that's tough. Yeah, it's very tough. If you're playing the 7 ball from down here, not so tough.
So maybe play this with a bit of draw and left hand and just come over to this area.
I think he's firing to the cross corner. Oh no, he's going to.
What a shot!
Freeze into it.
Amazing. That was. I hate it when people do that to me.
So he's moved the one. He wants to know if he wants to move it back. He said, "Yeah, move it back." Not that it matters.
No.
But freezing him to his own ball. Look at that.
I hate it when someone shoots a shot that's so good that I never even saw it.
It is frozen, Kenny.
Yeah. So it doesn't make a difference. So well, it does, doesn't it?
It does because
through it now if he wants.
He can hit through it. Yep.
If it's frozen, he can just roll straight ahead. A lot of people still don't really understand that rule.
Yeah, I don't think that. Or maybe Russ isn't realizing that he can hit through the ball because that would be a safety opportunity because he could roll that cue ball behind the 8 and right by just pushing through the ball. It's legal to do if they're frozen. He said they're not froze. I don't know because he looked at me and he said they're froze. I thought he said they're frozen because they're only playing like about 10 feet away from where I'm sitting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I can actually see the table live. In fact, it's probably easier to commentate the match by looking at the table than it is to look at the screen. So. Yep. Fun day. Friday fun day.
They're still looking to see if it's frozen.
I thought they already determined that it was. Hold on one second. I'm going to get a... Okay, we've confirmed that the balls are frozen, but now he's going to hit down on it. I'm not sure if he understands because they looked and Zach told me that the balls are frozen together.
Yeah.
So he is obviously not understanding that he can go ahead and hit straight through the ball. He's talking about having somebody watch it. He's going to jack up on it and try not to foul.
If he jacks up on it, that's when he could foul.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the only way that you can foul is if you jack up on it. So
you can just shoot this straight through and roll it
here,
straight forward.
Yeah,
but it's amazing how many people don't really understand the rule. I was playing about a month and a half ago. I was playing Randy White, who's a 630. And I was frozen to a ball and I shot through it and he thought that I fouled and I said, Randy, it was frozen. I'm allowed to do this. And it's amazing that someone even at that level still doesn't quite understand the rule.
Okay, so I just got he doesn't realize that he can just hit through the ball.
Yeah.
So this is for those of you watching in BCA rules, if the ball and the cue ball are frozen together, you can hit through it. You don't have to do this.
That was a good hit, but he didn't get a rail.
I don't think he came back to the rail.
No.
So
no rail.
If they want to replay that, just to make sure, I've got it on YouTube right over here.
Yeah, the cue ball barely moved. It didn't.
Yeah. Right? No rail. Yeah, it's no rail foul.
Yeah.
So that was a big error there. I think for those of you watching, you've got to know that rule because that would have been very not going to say easy, but it was pretty straightforward to roll that through that ball and end up with the cue ball on the bottom rail.
Totally.
Not leaving them anything on that. The only way that you could foul is to jack up on it.
Yeah, the cue ball could have come back and hit his cue, and then it would have been a foul.
Yep. So
Zach looks like he's a little annoyed here. That would have been super easy for him just to get him straight in on this shot, and now Zach's going to cut one to this.
Yeah.
Good shot.
He doesn't mind. 3-0.
It's tough playing Scotch. It's hard on your psyche sometimes.
Oh yeah, let me get to another commercial for all of these sponsors that we have. And if anybody out there has a business they're interested in sponsoring the Western BCA, check them out. Reach out. So guess what, Kenny?
What?
Well, I tell you what, it was a race to 3, not a race to 5.
Oh,
we made all those viewers watch the commercial for nothing. The match is over. It's over by a score of 3-0. They just set up the tablet. They forgot to change the default race